For a very long time, I was extremely confused about email marketing as an Etsy seller. What is the difference between transactional emails and promotional emails? I was thoroughly confused. If this is you, stick around and I'm just going to give you my insight on what is the difference between a transactional email versus a promotional email so you don't get in trouble with Etsy. I'm Jay Monique. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to my new this is a YouTube. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm new at this thing, but I'm turning the camera on because I am an Etsy seller, and I am also an advocate for email marketing for Etsy sellers. Too many Etsy sellers think that it is impossible, it's illegal, and that it violates Etsy's terms of service. It does not. You can do it too. Now, my email list is maybe over 200. Yeah, it's not that grand, but this is why I became an advocate for email marketing for Etsy sellers, because had I known this method when I first opened my Etsy store, I could have had a larger email list, therefore been able to retarget some of these customers. I don't know where they are. They're gone. Like, I have over 2,600 transactions on Etsy. My email list will be so much greater. I would be able to connect with more people. So that's one thing that I wish that I would have known as a new Etsy store. I didn't know my shop was going to take off like that. I started my Etsy store because of the pandemic. I was cutting and sewing custom fitted face masks to help out with the PPE shortage. Then it led into custom designing face shields for people's events and weddings and things of that sort. Then it went over to the eye goggles, the protective eye goggles, because we found out that respiratory droplets could enter into your eyes and cause you to get COVID. And then also people in the medical profession and students, that require eye goggles and safety goggles during their school and work, they wanted them custom blinged out. So that's what I've been doing. So at any rate, I'm taking time away from my little Etsy store, and my 4-year-old's going to school tomorrow. But I wanted to turn the camera on because it's been a little bit of time. And I know that if you're wondering, like I did, what the heck is a transactional email versus a promotional email? You want to stay away from promotional emails until your customer actually subscribes to your email list. So you have a service called Aweber. When you go into your shop manager, you'll see integrations and you'll see Aweber there. It's an email marketing service. You own your email list, but they help you to manage your list, right? So they're an email service provider. They help you with the automation, the integration. Aweber is an approved Etsy integration for email marketing. There are others out there. I have tried a few others. I like Aweber because it's Etsy approved, and it also helps Etsy sellers to stay in compliance with Etsy's policies, which is very huge. Who wants their shop shut down over sending an email? So what you want to do is you want to make sure that in your transactional email, which is your confirmation message, this is what I'm referring to. It's also known as like an invitation. This is where you sending them out the invitation to join your email list, right? They have to actually say, yes, I do agree. I want to be on your email list. Then you can send them promotional emails. This is the sale we're running, sending them over to your blog post, sending them to your social media pages, sending them back to your Etsy store. But this happens after you get their permission to be on your email. So I just wanted to clarify transactional versus promotional. Sometimes other email service providers, as I mentioned, I've tried a few of them outside of Aweber. This is why I advocate for Aweber, because they really support Etsy sellers. They make sure that the sample that they provide, that text that is keeping it transactional. It includes your Etsy store that they just purchased from your Etsy store at some point. Even with your past buyers, they purchase at some point. That's why they receive the invitation to join your email list. Now, Aweber will go back as far as 12 months okay, they go back a year of any of your past buyers, they will receive an email inviting them to join your email. You don't want to put the wrong information and say, hey, your order is on its way, because if they ordered a year ago, they're going to go, huh? They're going to be confused. Like, I ordered that a year ago, then they're going to think it's a scam or a spam. Okay, I just want to clarify a little bit about your past buyers. So here's a suggestion. What you can do is, to start off, you can set your confirmation message to be pretty general, where it does not spark a concern of your past buyers that purchased months ago. They've already received your items. You don't want the message to say, hey, you just placed an order, thanks for ordering, things of that sort. So when you click the link in the description, when I give you the sample of confirmation messages you can use, one of them will be a message that you can use for the first 30 days of your email integration. Because remember, when you integrate Aweber with your Etsy shop, it's going to automatically, unless you tell it not to in your settings, it's going to send an email to all of your past buyers for the past 12 months. So just keep it general. I'll give you a sample that I used. You get those people, on your past buyers, onto your email list, get them all settled in, because after 30 days, if they choose not to subscribe, then they're taken off of your email list. So once you clear them all out, your upcoming future buyers on your next upcoming orders that you receive through your Etsy store can now receive a more detailed message that is pertaining to your preferred carrier, your processing times. In my opinion, that's when you can elaborate on those extensions of your customer service. But so when you set up your email list initially, you might want to consider just saying, thank you for purchasing from my Etsy store. Keep it very simple. I'll write it all out, give you some samples that you can use. Then after the 30 days, I suggest you can change it to something that is a little bit more customer service oriented as far as processing times for your future orders. And then you don't really have to change it again unless you want to. But that's my suggestion. So carry on. Keep your confirmation message transactional. It not only remains in compliance with Etsy policies, but it also creates an extension of your customer service. So sometimes people, we know they may not see it. I almost said they don't read. I'm not gonna say that, but maybe they missed it. Maybe they didn't see it in your listings description. Maybe they didn't see it in your policies, in your banner, in your announcements. Maybe they missed all of that, right? But here's your opportunity to extend a little bit of information that you find important for them to know. Things like who is your shipping carrier, your processing times, just keeping something transactional. The name of your Etsy store, that they have ordered from you at some point in the past, keeping it completely transactional, and then having that button in there showing them how they can sign up for your email list. It's going to be a link in the description, because I want to make sure you understand this. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video, and it's going to give you some examples of what your confirmation message should look like as an Etsy seller. Not all email marketing service providers cater to Etsy sellers. Sometimes it's very generic. I found I was uncomfortable. But with Aweber, they showed me how to keep it transactional, straight to the point, and yes, we are inviting you to our email list. So yes, there is a difference. This is not the same thing as storing and using customers' information. That's not what this is. When you integrate something like Aweber, they follow Etsy's policies. They're going to help you to remain in compliance. So that's all I have for now. I'm on my way back to my design studio because I have face shields that I need to design for someone's wedding. So let me know if this video was helpful. Hopefully you like my content. Hopefully I'll get better at it. But for now, make sure that you subscribe so that you can see more content like this regarding your email list building as an Etsy seller. Hey, I'm J Monique, Janaea, Designs by J Moby. You name it, that's me.
So you want to keep it
No problem. Go lay down. And I'm a mom too. Airplane. Okay, so I am J Monique. If you need more, if you to see the step-by-step guide that I created to show you how to integrate your Aweber list or an email list with your Etsy store, click here and you'll be able to see.
So an advocate of Aweber, which means that when you use the link in the description, I get a small little pinch of a commission just thanking me for the time that I'm taking out of my busy schedule of making face masks and face shields and PPE and eye goggles. I have an Etsy store that I run too, but I take time out and I'm going to start helping other Etsy sellers because I know that it is very stressful and it is unclear how do you stay out of trouble.
Leave me a comment, like, share, someone else that might need this information, subscribe, help me out. See you next time.